Hi, this is Brandon Splay from ThirstGym.com. Today we're talking about an exercise called the Turkish Get Up. This is a fantastic exercise for total body training, athletic performance, fat loss clients, personal training, warm-ups, cool-downs, finishers. You pretty much name it. You can probably find a place to put a Turkish Get Up in your training program somewhere. I probably would also put it in my top 10 exercises of all time, just for the sheer fact that the bang for the buck that we get out of the exercise is just hard to beat. You can do it at home as long as you can find something that's moderately in weight. So, you can use books or different cans or anything that has some load to do it at home. This exercise can be performed. Or you got a light dumbbell or something laying around. Anything like that is a great at-home exercise, but also a great performance indicator for athleticism and how well somebody moves. We get good triplanar movement everywhere within the exercise, so that basically means we're working the sagittal, frontal, and transverse planes, and we also get shoulder stability, mobility out of it. There's just really nothing left unturned with this exercise. So if you're not doing it, I would highly suggest you put it somewhere in your program, because I think you'll see some dividends in what you're doing and how you feel. If you watched our half Turkish Get Up video, I would suggest you probably start there. That's a good place for people to get accustomed to the exercise and only perform half of the movement. This obviously will be the full movement, which is more in detail and has more bang for your buck. But if you're working with younger athletes and you're trying to teach them this exercise, half TGU is a fantastic place to start, and that's usually where we start our athletes as well. So Turkish Get Up, let's kind of show it and demo it, and we can kind of talk about some problems that may arise as you do it. So you're going to need some kind of load. If no one's ever done this before, I would not start them with any load. I would just start with an empty fist, work on the steps, and then work on load, because there's so many steps that it can be overwhelming for some athletes and clients. So just start with some very light load or next to nothing. I'm just going to use a 10-pound dumbbell here for my example. So what we're going to do is we're going to get on the ground, and we're going to have one foot up on the heel, the other foot's going to be out, so I got a good big wide base support. And then I'm going to have my up leg, so in this case my right leg, that is going to be my hand that is up, that's going to hold the dumbbell and the sense sensor, or whatever implement you might be using at home. Once I'm in this position here, my other left hand is going to come out to be my support hand. So I'm going to be coming up to this left hand over here to do the exercise. First step is to take this dumbbell, we're going to drive it towards the opposite foot toe, other support base on that side from the lower body side. We're going to drive it this way. We're going to come up to my left elbow as the first step. So punch, drive to the left elbow. As I get here, my next step is to come to my hand. So as this foot here is going to help drive my hip, I'm going to come up to my hand on my left side. As I get to this point, I'm in a good strong position. I can apply force with this foot. I got a good kickstand foot out here. I'm going to come here. This is my half TGU position. Once I'm here, my left leg is going to swoop underneath me, underneath my body, so that I have a bit of support on that side so I can come into a standing position. So I'm here. I'm going to bring this around. Notice that movement right here. Here, around, bring that knee to where that hand is, or as close as you can get it. We're going to take our foot to replace our position here. Then we're going to come up. That puts us in a half kneeling position, okay, with the dumbbell on the loaded leg. Then we're going to stand tall. And now we just reverse the exercise. So now I'm going to step back with my left leg, get to my half kneeling position, drop my hand, almost like a windmill. I'm going to bring my foot back underneath me, and then I'm going to drop my hips, elbow, hand, and that's one rep. All right, so I'm going to do the other side, go through it a little bit quicker so you can kind of get both sides of how the exercise is performed. Key thing, always look at the load or the hand. If you look at this, you're probably going to be in good position the majority of the time. As soon as you don't look at this, the dumbbell is likely to start falling down this way. So number one key coaching cue you're probably going to use is to look at the bell, look at the hand, the implement that you got up. So I've got the load on my left side, left leg's up, right knee's out, right hand and arm is out. We're going to punch across the body here. I'm going to come up to my elbow. We're going to come up to my hand, drive the hips forward, bring this long leg, bring that knee to replace my hand. Stand tall. Now we're going to use this leg to stand up. Pivot this out if you needed to, if it's not already there. Stand up tall, and then we're going to reverse lunge with the back leg. Hand down by the knee, look at the dumbbell, sweep the leg out, down, elbow, all the way down. So as you can see, pretty complex exercise. And why it's a good bang for your buck, there's a lot of steps involved. You got almost every major movement quality that you can do, from a hinge to a knee dominant based lunge, shoulder stability, press, anti-lateral flexion, extension, all that great stuff is happening in this exercise. Because there's so many steps and it's a rather complicated exercise, once you get the steps down, I really don't think it's that complicated, but to many it's going to be intimidating. It's like, wow, there's a lot going on. Keep your reps on the low side. 3 sets of 3 is great for most beginners. You might dabble into some 4s if you got the time for it. I never program more than 5 a side ever. I just think it's a huge amount of time invested for one exercise, and people start to get tired and lose quality of movement. And you also have to keep in mind your population that you're working with. If I'm working with an athlete that's in pretty good shape, 3 and 4 reps probably is going to be the good sweet spot. If I'm working with a fat loss or a weight loss client, we might only be doing 1 or 2 reps because it's just so demanding of an exercise for somebody that's not in the best shape, and so we got to consider that as well. So if anything, crank the sets, not the reps, and make sure that you probably give them adequate rest, pair it with some kind of mobility exercise or prehab or something like that, because it is a full body exercise. Use it as part of your warm-ups if that's a place that you think is a good place to put it for some more of your advanced athletes, and kind of get them going. So if you have any questions about the Turkish Get Up, feel free to leave them in the comment section. Thanks. Have a great day.